I visited the island that changed South Africa forever. Robben Island isn't just a place you visit, it's a place you feel. Sitting quietly off the coast of Cape Town, this island carries some of the heaviest chapters of South Africa's history. For years, it was used as a prison for political activists who dared to speak against apartheid. This is where Nelson Mandela spent 18 of his 27 years in prison in a small cell with limited freedom but an unbreakable spirit. What makes Robben Island powerful isn't just the buildings or the cells, but the stories of resilience, sacrifice, and hope. Many of the tour guides here are former political prisoners themselves, people who lived this history, not just read about it. Standing here reminds you that freedom isn't free. It is fought for, protected, and earned through courage. I hope you guys will enjoy today's video. Please make sure you give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and make sure you share to your friends so that this video can reach a lot of people. And this is actually a reminder that even in the darkest places, the human spirit can remain strong and history can shape a better future. So let's enjoy today's video and let me know what you think about this video in general. Please make sure you watch till the end so that you can get to enjoy and learn more about the Robben Island in Cape Town, South Africa. Are back in Cape Town. Yeah, guys. So I'm standing right here at the bridge. This bridge is located at waterfront. Yeah, guys. Amazing views. Hi, guys. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to yet another amazing video. If you're new to this channel, hello, karibu sana. My beautiful name is Nikoline G, and thank you so much for clicking onto today's video. So today, guys, let me tell you, I've been in Cape Town before, but there's this one place that I didn't manage to visit, and that's why we are back. So make sure you watch this video till the end so you get to understand where we are headed to. And I'm so excited to be back in Cape Town. You know, Christmas in Johannesburg, New Year's in Cape Town. How about that? This is cool. The views that I'm catching here, just here, amazing. Yeah, guys, Cape Town is on another level. So we just crossed this bridge. I love the way they like, it's a flexible bridge. It can move and be removed so that the yachts can pass. It's amazing. Okay, let's get into the video, guys. We are headed to get our tickets. Let's see how it goes. Hey, I just love how Cape Town looks like what? Very beautiful. It is said that no one truly knows a nation until one has been inside its jails. Roli hala hala. Nelson Mandela. So guys, on today's video we are gonna explore the Robben Island. Already you guys know the Robben Island is where Nelson Mandela was jailed, and that's where we are headed to. This is actually the reason why I came back to Cape Town, because the last time I was here I never got to explore that side of town. So right about now,
if you want to get in, you get in because it's closed. The queue is over there.
okay.
Yeah.
So where do we go to join the queue?
That's the queue. You must keep moving with the queue. Go down.
Okay.
Nobody's not here, but it goes. Come in there because
So right now we are headed down. Bye. There are many people. All of us are headed there. So stay tuned, guys, and watch this video till the end. I'm enjoying my iced coffee. It's about to finish. I'm about to finish. I hope I'll not get seasick. Water sick or seasick, whatever. So guys, we are about to board as we head to the Robben Island. That's what we are on today. So when you come here to book for this, hello, how are you? I'm good. Okay. So when you come here, guys, you will be given a ticket. So for me, I paid cash, and apparently cash is cheaper than paying online. So come and pay cash. And then you need to have your passport or something, your ID for identity. So it's gonna be a cruise in the yacht. Poa sana. How did that guy know I know Kiswahili? But yeah, I'm so excited to do this. Let's go, guys. Hey, look at this, the seals.
Thank you so much, love.
That seal looks good.
How are you, my father? Yes, no love.
Never seen a seal this close. It can bite me, but you guys are here close. It can't bite you, but me it can bite me.
You're coming very close.
Okay.
You can see how
I've never seen it this close. Guys, look. Okay. Wow. This is so beautiful. Okay, let's go, guys. One stone. Oh, okay. Okay. I think I should go up. Let me see if up there is space. Oh, there is space.
You just can't get how many people in this station.
Okay.
Three more.
Okay, thanks. Three more. Come. I'm so excited. Up I can get like good views. So let's go. Let's go. Perfect. Look. Oh my God, I love it here. Hello.
I like that.
Thank you. DJI Osmo 3. Yeah. Ooh, it's hot. Okay, let me keep this and I will catch you guys. Let's enjoy the views. Let me know what you think. So guys, this is where we are living. So when you come to Cape Town, you have to cross through the bridge so that you can come to this building right here. That's where you get to pay for. Hello. Huh? Okay. So guys, we are finally leaving. See you at...
Good afternoon, ladies and gents.
Hi.
Can I just get your attention, please? Just want to do a small demonstration about the life jackets and where they are. On this deck, you will find it underneath the seating, except the center bench. Downstairs, by the windows, in the cupboards. Got the life jacket. Just slip it over to take those two straps. Tag like this, the bottom one goes around your waist and the side in the front. You must make sure your life jacket is secure. The life jacket got the light on. The light is just in the water can carry by itself. Then the life jacket got the whistle. This whistle is just boat passing by. Let's blow on the whistle. Can you see this red strap? call it the bunny line. You pause the person next to you in the water, you form a big circle. So the rescue transport are better. Thank you very much. Enjoy the tour.
Thank you.
So guys, let's go. I did a live stream today earlier and I was telling people for next year I will definitely want to like do a yacht party for my birthday. That would be so cool. Let me know what you think, guys, in the comments. But I feel like having a yacht party will be something really, really amazing. Let's go. I will catch up with you guys once we are at the island, Robben Island incoming. Yeah, but also guys, you can fly if you usually have C6 and those things. You can fly to the island. It's possible. So when you come to Cape Town, if you want to experience the helicopter ride, it's right there. Actually, this mall here, the waterfront, has a lot of activities that you can do. A lot of activities. Okay. See you soon, guys. So guys, we finally arrived at the Robben Island. I'm so glad. I'm so glad I made it here. This is the only reason I came to Cape Town. After this I can actually leave. Yeah, so let's go and explore this place. This is the island that changed everything in South Africa. We go. So guys, let's go and see what it looks like. Yep. Guys, if you're visiting Cape Town during summer, please come with some sunscreen. It's noisy. Bring sunscreen and something to put over your head because the heat is really heating.
Good afternoon, all visitors that arrived on the island. Please proceed the buses. Please proceed the buses. Your four guys are waiting for you. Thank you.
Oh, so right now we are going to the bus. Then, oh, I thought this was it. So we are the island and we'll be taken to... Guys, this place has a lot of history that we are about to learn today. So Let's go. Let us go and learn. It's actually a very big island. I was about to say island. Okay, this sun is finishing me. Wow. Damn. Where? I will go back home like looking like charcoal.
Let's go.
Welcome to Robben Island Museum. My name is Amanda and I'm with my colleague Psyche. We will be taking you around the island for the first part of your tour. And once that part is done, and then we will we'll take you to prison for the second part of your tour. That will be conducted by an ex-political prisoner where he'll be sharing his personal experience as a prisoner on the island. And just before we leave the harbor, I just want you to take note of those sculptures. Those were unveiled on the second reunion late this year. And also this building, that is a visitor center where prisoners spend 30 minutes at a time with their loved ones during visiting hours. But if you have any questions with regards to this building, please keep them for later. When you're doing the prison tour, your prison guide will share more on this building and the prison during that time. So as we are walking around the island, you will see the multi-layered history of Robben Island. So Robben Island wasn't just about the prison or the imprisonment time. The known history dates back to the 1400s, and from there, we're in the 1600s when the VOC company established their halfway refreshment stop in the Cape and Robben Island. And after that, the island became a hospital for those who are suffering from leprosy, and straight after that it became a British naval base for the British Naval Army. And after it was a British Naval Army, it closed down and it reopened as a prison. And this on your right hand side is the maximum security prison, and this is where your second part of the tour will take place. So in the 1800s, in 1887, Robben Island became a leprosy colony. So it meant that those who were suffering from leprosy were brought to the island to quarantine and further hospitalized. So when the patients got here, they were separated. The males were on the other side and females were on the other side. And on your right hand side, this is the grave for those who are suffering from leprosy that died on the island. There's about 1,500 graves marked, but they extend all the way to where under the bushes. And where the maximum security is built, it was built on top of graves. So when the prisoners were laying the foundation, they were actually digging out bones. So when the patients were here, they were not allowed visitors, and also they were not allowed to go back to the mainland to visit. So where the separation was because they didn't want them to interact and give birth to kids that would later carry leprosy. But even though they were separated, 21 babies were still born, and they were healthy, and they were taken to the mainland. Later in the years, a Norwegian doctor, Dr. Hansen, did a research on leprosy, and he discovered that it does not transfer through touch, but only by body fluids. And for that reason, those patients that were still alive, they were transferred to various hospitals on the mainland. And the island or the hospital was closed down. So when it closed down, all the buildings that were here were demolished and were destroyed, and only 2 buildings were left standing, and we'll see those as we move around the island. So when you go to do your second part of the tour, you'll be taken to Section B. Section B is where they are seen cells. That is where the political leaders were kept. So that group in that section was the group that was only allowed to work where we are going at the limestone quarry. So when they started working there, they were told it's only just a few months, but in the few months ended up being 13 years. And it ended up being 13 years. So while they were working there, they didn't have any protective gear. So all that hard work and all that digging, they were just doing without any protective equipment. and heavy machinery, so they were only given primitive tools. So they didn't have glasses or goggles to protect their eyes from the dust and glasses to protect their eyes from the glare of the sun. And they also didn't have any masks to protect them from inhaling the dust as they are digging, especially on windy days. And so every morning, days of the week, from early morning to late evenings, they would march from the maximum security prison to the limestone quarry, and that is where they would do their hard labor for the day. So as they dug out a cave which extends all the way to the back by 6 meters. So that cave, they used it to provide themselves with privacy. So when you in the section B, you will see Nelson Mandela's cell. There is a red bucket. So those are the buckets that they would carry to use whilst they're here, because while they're here they were not allowed to walk away from this environment. So they would use them to provide them with to use them as bathrooms, and they would use the cave to provide them with privacy as they are doing the business during the day. But when they realize that the guards are always at the top of the quarry, patrolling at the top, they never come to the ground level of the quarry. So sorry, once this car moves, we'll be able to move closer so that you get a better view of the quarry. So while they were here, so they would use the cave as a bathroom, but when they realized that the guards are always at the top, so they used that to their advantage. So they told each other that let's use the bathroom while we are in our cells, and we can use the cave for other purposes, and they did. So some of the political prisoners that came to the island were not educated, and some of them were educated. For example, Nelson Mandela was a lawyer, and Walter Sisulu was selling houses, was in real estate, and many of them were teachers, doctors, principals, and some of them were not educated. They were coming from rural parts of the country where they didn't have any formal education. And some of them were young. The youngest boy to come as a prisoner was only 15 years old. His name is Dikha Muswaneke, who through the education that he got from his fellow prisoners, he was able to read and write. And while the prisoners were here, because they knew that the only way to emancipate your mind is through education, and the only way to break the chains of oppression is with education. And so they fought for their right for education. Even though they were told it's not a right, it's a privilege, they fought nonetheless. And through the intervention of other nations and international organizations, they were able to further study, so they could apply and further their studies with the UNISA, the University of South Africa, and other universities in London. And for that reason, some of them walked away from Robben Island with two or three university degrees, and the 15-year-old boy walked away from here with a law degree. So yes, so he was able to practice law on the other side of the island, and post-apartheid, he actually became the first Black Deputy Chief Justice of South Africa. Wow. And this is also the cave where Nelson Mandela worked on his manuscript for Long Walk to Freedom. And Ahmed Kathrada would often say that they much preferred being here, even though it was harsh conditions, working conditions, under very hostile environmental conditions, but it was so much better being here because at least they were together. They were able to educate one another. They were able to comfort each other than when they were in their single cells. And so with working here under those conditions with no protective gear, and that had a permanent damage in their lives, health. So on hot days like today, they didn't have glasses to protect their eyes, so the glare of the sun would reflect against the sun. It would be so bright, so much that it was blinding, and many of them suffered eye-related complications. And the dust, as they would inhale it as they are digging, especially on windy days, it would settle their lungs. Many of them suffered respiratory-related complications and lung complications. And I don't know if you remember, Nelson Mandela, towards the end of his life, he was in and out of hospital because of lung-related complications, and that was all blamed to, suspected to the long years of working here without any protective gear. And now we are headed to the smallest prison we call it the Sobukwe complex or the Sobukwe House. It housed one man, Mangaliso Sobukwe. So in 1948, a party called the National Party came into power, and they implemented a system that was called the apartheid system, which was about racial segregation, classification of people according to their races or the color of their skin. And the system dictated where people lived and where they would receive their education and where they would work. And there were so many laws that were put in place by this system that were against non-white people. And one of these many atrocious laws was the pass law. So many leaders have fought against it before. In 1956, a group of women, about 20,000 women, marched to the union buildings where they were asking for this law to be abolished. So the pass law was requiring black people or non-white people to carry what they called a dompas. It was the size of a passport or an ID book, those who are South Africans who still remember the green book. And it had your personal details, your name, your last name, your employer, and your ethnic group. So because of that information, the authorities could see if you were in a place that you weren't supposed to be at a time that you weren't supposed to be there. And you would be fined or you would be put to jail if you couldn't afford the fine. And fined or you'd be sent to jail, and it was quite a significant amount, and most people couldn't afford it. And in 1 month there would be like about 1,000 people that are arrested daily because they didn't have the pass or the dompas, and about 300,000 a month would be arrested because of the dompas. And so it made it hard for black people to move freely, but also it was designed to control their movement and the influx in their cities, and especially black people were seen as migrant workers in the cities. And so to get to the cities or where white people lived, they needed those dompas to gain them access. And so Robert Sobukwe, in 1960, he organized a campaign, positive campaign, non-violent, because he didn't believe in fighting fire violence with violence. So this campaign was non-violent. He appealed to all South Africans that were in possession of this booklet or dompas to leave them at home and to demand an arrest. And indeed they had his call. Here in Cape Town alone, about 30,000 people marched in Welanga. They marched to their nearest police station. And in Gauteng, south of Johannesburg, Soweto, where he lived at the time, they marched to their nearest police station, as well as another township called Sharpeville. They marched to their nearest police stations. And all across the country, people took part in that march. And instead of being met with negotiations, then they got to the meeting that was held in Parliament, where they amended the constitution and they passed a law that allowed them to arrest political freedom fighters and sentence them without a trial. But there was a specific clause that was passed for Sobukwe, where 99% of the people that were there voted for it, and that was known as the Sobukwe clause, which gave them the right to renew his prison sentence annually, keep him in prison for the rest of his life. And when he thought he was walking free, he was actually transferred to Robben Island, and this house with the water tank on the side, that is where he was kept in solitary confinement. He spent 6 years of his life here. So while he was here, he wasn't allowed any communication with the people from outside, as well as the people that were here, his friends on the other side of the island, and the guards that were guarding him 24/7. And also, while he was here, he could wear his civilian clothes because he was the only political prisoner on the island. Mandela and other prisoners on the other side were just criminals or convicts, but he was the only political prisoner on the island. So when they would do their stats, there would be a +1, and that +1 was always Sobukwe. So 4 years passed without any visitations, but 2 years prior to him being moved from Robben Island, that's when he was allowed his family to come and visit him and his friends. And when his health was started declining and he was becoming ill, they realized that if he dies on the island, it would be an issue, especially with the world watching. So instead of releasing him to walk a free man or to go seek medical attention, they actually banished him to another province where he was placed under house arrest, and that's where he spent the additional 9 years of his life in prison. He was under house arrest under strict rules that he should never be seen in a company of more than 5 people. Also, never be seen partaking in any political activities or discussions. So he died on the 27th of February 1978 at the age of 54. So he spent a total of 13 years imprisoned, the 3 years in Pretoria Central, the 6 years here on Robben Island, and the 9 years under house arrest in Kimberley. But if you are interested in reading more about him, his life and his contributions, remember the buildings that were demolished after the leprosy hospital, and only 2 were left standing. This is one of them, one of the 2 oldest buildings on the island. It was built by male prisoners. They were building it for themselves. Male patients building it for themselves. It was left standing, not demolished, because it does not belong to the state. It belongs to, it is privately owned. It belongs to the Anglican Church. So that is the reason it was never demolished. The building that we just passed was a medium security prison. So this is where the convicts, before they were separated from the political prisoners, were kept. Well, after they were separated. And now we use it as a multi-purpose educational hall for educational sessions that we would have on the island. Buildings that you see today. And this village today accommodates employees of Robben Island. We have about 100 plus people that live here. All my colleagues, they live here, some of them, not all of them. And but before then, it was used by the Irish missionaries and the British missionaries that were assisting, taking care of those who were suffering from leprosy. And then later on, it was used by the guards and the warders that were guarding the prisoners on the other side. So this was their community.
Oh, I actually thought we were gonna like walk around and be in the cells, but apparently we're moving around with the bus, so we can cover almost the whole island. These are the buses. Let me show you guys some seals. So I just came here for a few photos. My phone is dying. But yeah. So let's continue with our tour. My phone is dying, but I got some cute photos.
From this morning from Cape Town, the waterfront, the distance from there to the island is about 12 kilometers. And this side, if you look this side, there is that town over there that is called the Blowback Strand. The distance from Blowback to here is about 7 kilometers. So those who plan their escapes, they would aim for the side because it is shorter distance. And there were escapes, some were successful and some were not successful. The first known successful escape was in the 1600s. It was by a Khoi chief and leader. His name was Uchumato. So he was taken by the VOC company to Indonesia, where he was trained as, and then when he came back, he worked as a translator between his people, the Khoi people, and the Dutch people. So as the Dutch were aggressively expanding into their territory, competing for their women, livestock, and the land, they became defiant and resistant, along with other leaders like Doman of the San people. And he was brought to the island, but this time as a prisoner. And this is where he was kept. He planned his first escape, stole a whaling boat, rowed to the other side of Blowberg, but when he got there, he was captured and he was brought back to the island, and he planned his second escape again. It was successful. When he got to the other side, the authorities were waiting for him. They brought him back to the island, and he was finally executed. His niece, Protoa, who was a child slave, assumed the position, and she became a translator between her people, the Khoi people, and the Dutch. And she later married a young Dutchman, Mierhoff, who was in the army. And when Mierhoff was sent to Madagascar to get more slaves, He unfortunately died while he was on duty. So Krotoa, who was living here, had to go back to the mainland, a widow this time, and said that she was rejected by both her people, the Khoikhoi people, and the Dutch people. And she became rebellious, and she was brought back to the island, but this time as a prisoner, under the accusations of prostitution and alcoholism. She later died in 1674 at the age of 31. So while they were banishing him back to the island, they took away the children. And there were also other leaders that were brought to the island from the native people during the Borana Wars, the first and the second Borana War, was as the Dutch and the British.
After the bus tour, we got an opportunity to walk around the prisons and to just experience and see everything. And my favorite part of this was the last part where I had to experience the long walk to freedom. Guys, it is actually the long walk to freedom. As we leave Robben Island, one thing stays with you. This place is more than history. It is proof that even when freedom is taken away, the mind and the spirit can never be imprisoned. So guys, this is how the rooms were looking like. We got a chance to like walk around and see all that. And what I have learned is that the walls here once tried to silence voices, but instead they amplified them to the world. Robben Island reminds us that change is born from courage, patience, and sacrifice. And as we step back into the present, we carry one responsibility with us: to remember to protect our freedom. That is it, as simple as that. So guys, this was the menu that they used to have during those times at the prison. And yeah, it's crazy, guys. I hope you guys managed to experience this and come to this place. This is what their washroom looked like. I think it has been like made modern in a way so that we can, for the experience, so that, you get it. So guys, never take this life for granted, okay? Never take the freedom that you have for granted, because there are some people who fought for that. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this video, because I really enjoyed shooting this. It was one of the things that I wanted to clear out of my bucket list, and I did exactly that. And guys, the best part of it was I went and saw the exact prison where Mandela was put. Like, that was the highlight. I hope you guys enjoyed, because I personally enjoyed. And excuse my voice because I'm going through a lot of problems. Yeah, it is what it is. So thank you so much. I appreciate you guys and I love you so much. Always remember, guys, in a world where you could be anything, just be kind and be a member of the G Squad. I didn't manage to record the long walk to freedom because my camera died immediately. I recorded the last part, like Mandela's cell, and that was how my camera died. And yeah, but I'm glad this is the exact prison where Mandela was, and at least you guys have seen. So yeah, that's about it, and thank you so much for the love and the support. Bye, guys.